Hi people, today hopefully I am going to be explaining to you how glucose is regulated in the body. Before we start, I'd like to know if you can tell me what is diabetes type 1 or diabetes type 2. Now, you can shout the answer to me, I can hear you, but type 1 diabetes is unfortunate. It's a genetic issue where your own white blood cells attack by accident the isolates of Langerhans which produce the insulin, so you're no longer able to produce insulin. Now type 2 is more environmental. That's like if you have a lifestyle where you just eat a lot of takeaway, sit down, don't do much, that can lead to type 2 diabetes, where your body becomes resistant or produces less insulin. Now insulin is very important. It acts as a key, a receptor, allows glucose to enter muscles. Very, very important. But today we're going to look at how glucose is regulated. How is it monitored by the body? Okay, so these are some of the keywords that you need to know for this lesson. There's no way you're going to complete this lesson not knowing what these are. So at the top here, we have glucose, a sugar molecule we get from our food, glucagon, hormone released by the pancreas when glucose concentration is low, insulin, hormone released by the pancreas when glucose concentration is high, and glycogen, a storage of energy within the liver. Now, and a hormone is a chemical messenger in the blood. So it's actually very important you understand these before we start the lesson. Okay, there are a number of ways to check if you have diabetes. One of the ways is one of these. Now, a urine test is actually very, very important. Now, back in the days, in the Middle Ages, bit of history, doctors could smell urine or taste it, and if it had a massive indicator of sweet, it basically is diabetes. A man removed the pancreas from a dog and realized that the dog produced sweet urine, indicating the pancreas is essential to reducing blood sugar level. Very important is the pancreas in this process. Now, let's have a look at the answers over here and I'll explain them. Now, this is very important. Insulin is produced by the pancreas, causes glucose to change to glycogen. Now, insulin, okay, if you look at insulin, right, it is produced when glucose levels are high, okay? So when glucose levels are high, high has got the word I inside, I for insulin, so when glucose levels are high, insulin is released and converts glucose into glycogen. That glycogen is then stored in the liver for later use. Okay, now let's say for example you are fasting and you're kind of like a little bit groggy, a little bit down, a little bit lack of energy. In that case, the glucagon, this time glucagon is released, not insulin. Glucagon is released by the pancreas and it tells the liver, can you get that stored glycogen and convert it back into glucose, and then glucose levels increase. It is extremely important. The word low, sugar levels has the word L. Glu has the word L. Glucagon. Glucagon. So, very quickly, when glucose levels are high, insulin is released, converts glucose into glycogen. When glucose levels are low, glucagon is released, tells the liver to, that stored glycogen has to be converted back into glucose to get blood sugar levels high. So that's very, very important. Now, glycogen. What is glycogen? Glycogen is like if you've driven a car has a reserve tank. And that's exactly what the human body is like as well. It's got its own reserve tank, where the reserve tank stores excess energy for later use. It's extremely important. It's around 24.2 hours supply. Okay, so it's very important to understand that's how we fast. The human body is designed to stay hungry and it's got this glycogen for storage. Okay, so how is blood sugar levels controlled during a fast? So again, you can stop the video and have a go. I've already explained what happens during a fast. Okay, so during a fast, blood sugar level is low, the pancreas produces glucagon, glucagon targets the liver to convert glycogen back into glucose. Remember, our bodies are designed to be hungry. We have a 24.2 hour supply of reserved energy supply. Very, very important that you understand that concept. Okay, these are some questions you can answer. You can stop the video and have a go. If not, we'll get to the main one. Right, check this out. Explain how glucose is regulated within the body. I'd like you to answer this 4 or 5 marker question using the keywords in the over there. That would be fantastic if you could answer it, because it shows the purpose of the lesson, that you are now able to answer lengthy questions on how glucose is monitored and controlled by the human body. Now, there's this help sheet and these are all the answers. So you can read the answers for yourself. Glucose is regulated in the body by a number of hormones, for example, insulin and glucagon. When glucose levels are high, the pancreas produces insulin. Insulin brings down glucose levels in the body and converts glucose into glycogen, where it's stored in muscles and liver cells. When glucose levels are too low, glucagon is released. Glucagon targets the liver to convert glycogen back into glucose. This increases glucose concentration in the blood. So this is how glucose is regulated. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and peace out.